Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. So this video is going to be a little something different. Like I started this channel to really celebrate the 90s basketball and 90s culture. And as we all know, those of us who grew up in the 90s, you know that basketball was a part of the culture in the 90s. Like basketball was ingrained in every facet of the culture. And so yeah, and you know, despite the fact that on this channel we have to do the work to combat the ridiculous narratives that they try to put out and that they try to use to diminish the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, despite having to do work to combat that, you know, I definitely want to get back to, like I said, celebrating the 90s. And so with that being said, I want to take this video to showcase some of the dunks that vividly stick out in my mind from the 90s. And first up comes from the 1993 playoffs. And I believe the Bulls versus Knicks rivalry has to go down as one of the greatest sports rivalries in history. As a matter of fact, you know, if anybody can think of any great rivalries today, please let me know in the comments. I mean, the kind of rivalries that, you know, if these two teams see each other in the playoffs, like it's going to be some beef. Like it's going to be some serious competition. I feel like those kind of rivalries don't really exist anymore. But anyway, this comes from the 1993 playoffs, and there's no better way to start this off than the dunk from John Starks over Horace Grant, and Michael Jordan's in the frame as well. Now, it's funny when you actually look this up and type in John Starks dunk, it comes up over Michael Jordan. But I would say Michael Jordan was more of a side note on this dunk, and Horace Grant was the main character. But anyway, let's check this one out.
He's looking around, he gets picked off, no help comes, and Starks goes. Oh,
yeah, that dunk got me up out of my seat. Yeah, this dunk right here got me up out of my seat. I can remember being at home watching this game on the TV, and when that happened, like it really got me up out of my seat. I mean, again, Michael Jordan elevated the way everyone in the league played, because everyone in the league understood that you, in order to even have a chance, you had to be playing up to a certain level. And so there were, you know, a few guys who, you know, when you would see them play against Michael Jordan, probably more accurately would be everyone who played against Michael Jordan had to raise their game. But there were a few guys who just really played up to a whole nother level, and John Starks was one of those guys for me. But anyway, and these dunks are in no particular order. Dunk number 2, this is coming from the 1994 playoffs. Again, the Bulls versus Knicks rivalries. Michael Jordan is in retirement. Scottie Pippen is getting a taste to see what it is like to lead the team by himself, and he actually did a good job. And probably some of the best basketball Scottie Pippen has played in his life. But this dunk right here is Pippen over Ewing.
Dark spectacular dunk last year.
And what I really love about this dunk is not only, obviously, it was a great dunk, you know, dunking over Ewing, pushing him to the ground, but to see Pippen going at Spike Lee like that, you know, it really felt like Pippen was carrying that torch from Michael Jordan, because as we all know, normally it would be Michael Jordan and Spike Lee having some words back and forth. So with Michael Jordan being out of the picture, you know, it was good to see Pippen kind of stepping up and taking that over. And next up, from the 1994 Western Conference semifinals, this is Kevin Johnson dunking over Akeem Olajuwon, which is, first of all, let me say that I think Kevin Johnson is one of the most underrated point guards in the history of the game. I mean, he averaged like 9 assists. You know, to me, he's one of those guys who you could classify him as a true pass-first player. And him dunking over Olajuwon is significant because, as we all know, Akeem Olajuwon is a fierce defender. Like, he is one of the greatest defenders in the history of the game. So anyway, let's check this one out.
This is a huge effort by Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, this one was another one that got me up out of my seat when I saw this. Like, to see Kevin Johnson, you know, I'm 5'11", so anytime the shorter guys can get one off, you know, that always made me feel good. You know, I spent, I don't know how long working on just the ability to dunk at 5'11". So, you know, those are the players I related to more. Again, which those of you who follow this channel know that I was a big Isaiah Thomas fan at one point. But anyway, next up, we're going to go still in 1994. And this is the Denver Nuggets versus Seattle Sonics in the playoffs. And this is Robert Pack dunking over the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp. Again, Robert Pack is probably one of those names that I bet a lot of the younger generation doesn't even know at all. But yeah, to me, when they talk about this modern era being so much more athletic, I feel like, you know, people just really tend to forget. Like, it was a lot of athletic guys back in the 90s. And last but not least, it would only be appropriate for me to end this video with the Mamba, Kobe Bean Bryant. And this is actually not from a playoff game. This is from the 1998 All-Star game. This is the alley-oop from Kevin Garnett to Kobe Bryant. Let's check this one out.
It's the superstars keying up, eyeing each other as they get their tempo and they get their rhythm, the game and the pace.
Now, what was significant for me personally about this dunk is 1998, I still was not a Kobe fan yet. You know, I was still like, who is this kid coming up trying to be like MJ? And Kobe hadn't won me over yet. But this dunk right here, I distinctly remember when I saw it, it was one of the things that kind of started to tear the walls down that I had, you know. It was one of the things that made me think, oh man, this kid is for real. So yeah, that dunk is always very special to me because that is one of the things that I distinctly remember that started to turn the tides about how I felt about Kobe, and just not only Kobe's work ethic, but Kobe's understanding to entertain the fans, which, you know, today's NBA players do not put the fans first. Kobe Bryant, again, you know, like I said, he was the last warrior in the NBA to me, and he was like one of the last ones that really understood that without the fans, there is no him. And so, yeah. That last one, like I said, will always have a special place, especially considering Kobe Bryant is not here anymore. And yeah, that's just really still hard to believe that Kobe Bryant left the world so early. But yeah, and so this is part one. And like I said, I'll probably be doing several parts as different plays or, you know, different dunks come to my mind. And yeah, and to me it's important, like I said, because not only it helps those of us who grew up in the 90s reminisce on the times, but showing this younger generation that, hey, y'all don't own the monopoly on athleticism. Like, there were a lot of players doing incredible things back then. So yeah, but anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you enjoy the video? Let me know if there are some particular plays that stand out to you or that have a special meaning to you for whatever reason. Are there any dunks that stand out to you? Put them in the comments. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.